Ride up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the M-E-T-S Mets from New York. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where they go to meet the Mets. Oh, they're hollering, they're cheering, and they're jumping in their seats, where they go to meet the Mets. All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, cause we got ourselves a ball for the Mets of New York town. Give them a yell, give them a hand, and let them know you're rooting and you stand. Come on and beat the Mets, beat the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed you have the time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. The east side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the M-E-T-S Mets of New York. Of New York.
Hey there, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and you are at another presentation of our Deep Drive series of games for the 2019 Mets. We are replaying the 2019 Mets season using the Deep Drive tabletop baseball simulation. I have a 9.8-inch iPad that I'm using with iScore. It's a free app, and that keeps my stats for me. Now, today for the Mets is going to be Zack Wheeler going against Tanner Roark. It's going to be Cincinnati at New York. So it's a 4-game set here in Flushing, Queens. And so far this year, Zack Wheeler, after about a month, he's 2-1 with a 2.51 ERA. So he's pitching pretty well. And we're right about to get started. I'm going to go over quickly some of the basic ideas. Let me get rid of some of the there you go. So I think you can see a little bit better there. Let's see. There we go. All right, seems like the less light I have, the better we can see the cards. So if you look at this card, I'm going to try to bring it up a little bit closer. You read the first card first, and it goes from 00 to 49. And you have the deep drive, you have the singles, you have the base on balls. When you roll a deep drive, you're going to go over to the deep drive section, which is this little box right here, and that's going to give you your home runs, your triples, and your doubles. Works very, very nicely. You have your steal information and your speed information, and then you have all the positions that he plays. This is Jose Peraza. He's a right-handed batter. And then you have your outs, and then you have, of course, his stats. So we're going to get started. Now, Zack Wheeler's card. He's a pitcher. That's where you roll and you read the rolls 50 to 99. We're going to roll a red and a white. And if it's on 50 and above, it's going to be all Zack Wheeler's card. Talks about his pitching, his defense, his hold rating, his throwing side, his endurance. So he's one of the top endurance pitchers for this era. His rest days, if you use a pitcher batting card, but he has his own batting card. Then you have your wild pitch, your balks, and your pickoffs. And then anything you roll from 50 to 99 is off Wheeler's card. Deep drives would, of course, you would read it off the batter's card, but that would be the extra base hits that he gives up. And then it's the singles, the walks, the hit by pitches, the strikeouts, the defensive, either range checks or error checks, and then the outs. Then you have the type of out. So if it's off the pitcher, if it's off the pitcher's card, this is the type of outs. So if it's a ground ball pitcher, you'd have more than a fly ball pitcher. So that sort of thing. And then you also have his stats. And that's how you play this game. Pretty simple. And I'm right about to get started. Let me go over the lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. It's going to be Jose Peraza at second base, batting first. Joey Votto at first base, batting second. Batting third is Eugenio Suarez, the third baseman. I'm also trying to make mental note of defenders, and Joey Votto is an exceptional defender with a 5. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. Jesse Winker, he bats cleanup. He's in left field, and he is also a very good defender. Yasiel Puig dropped to a 1 defender, that's the lowest rated defender you can have. Scott Shepler in center field. He's a pretty good defender out of 4. 5 is the best that you can be. Jose Iglesias, although he has a good reputation, he's a average defender based on the data. And then Tucker Barnhart, again, an above average catcher. And we're ready to roll. So we went over the lineups, even though I was talking mostly about the defense on the cards. But anyway, let's get started. The green that I just threw across the room is the modifier die. And here goes. It's going to be a 20. I don't know if you can see that. It's not easy to see. Let me see if I can try to get it so you can see the die roll. So one thing is dark, but the other thing, okay, I think that's it's a little bit. All right. So anyway, it's a 20 die roll. Can't really see it. Let me try to angle this. There you go. So it's a 20. That's going to be off Jose Peraza's card, and that's an out. What kind of an out? Well, we roll the mod die, which is a green die. That says a 5. That's a hard hit ground ball at Rosario. He's up with it. Let me see. An out. He's up with it. 6-3. 1 away. Next is Joey Votto. So I'm throwing the 3 dice now. It's going to be a 0-2. So that's going to be in the deep drive section. So we're going to see if we roll a 0 to 23. We're going to have to roll on the City Field ballpark card. And we roll a 51, and that's going to be a ball that's lined down the corner, and Conforto after it. Votto around first into second. The throw is not nearly in time. He's in there with a 1-out double. So Votto doubles. And next is Suarez. And that's a 75. That's going to be off Wheeler. 75 is a strikeout. Strike 3 on Suarez. The high cheese gets him. Next is Jesse Winker. He's a left-handed batter. That's a 40 off Winker's card. That's going to be an out. What kind? It's a ground ball to the first baseman. That's going to move Joey Votto to third. Oh, wait a second. Let's undo that. Strikeout. Hold up. And now it's a ground ball. Oh, that's going to be out number 3. So that's not going to be, nobody's advancing on that. All right, so at the end of half an inning, there's no score. Mets are up. Now Tanner Roark is on the mound. Now Tanner Roark was 10-10 with a 4.35 ERA, and he's going to be facing with Neal leading it off, the second baseman. Alonso, the first baseman, batting second. Batting third is Memo, the left fielder. The right fielder batting cleanup, who is not in the lineup. We're going to check and see if we can track Conforto down. Should be in here somewhere. Discovered a new San Antonio taco place. Really, really good. So I'm going to head out there after this. Very unique kind of tacos that you don't get anywhere else in San Antonio. Very kind of traditional Mexican taco, but I think it's more from the south than the north. Gonna head out there now. I heard Stratomatic released their 62 season, and that is, for me, it's fine. I wish they would. I'm not going to celebrate that particular season because they decided to release that particular season, so it's no big celebration for me. I mean, a lot of guys I know they're tripping all over themselves, thanking God that they released the 62 season when I don't think they've ever even thought of the 62 season. But it's like I go to the bar and the bartender pisses in my martini. I'm going to thank him. No, I mean, you pissed in my martini, man. I mean, come on, give me a regular martini. Do what you're supposed to do. Release all the damn seasons, and end the story, right? It's not a critique on the game itself. It's a critique on the attitude that they're going to release whatever they want, and we have to then grovel. I mean, come on. This is an alternative universe. I mean, this is for people who are brainwashed. They're programmed to idolize, a business, and then they justify what business does. Says, "Oh, they got to make a profit." I never heard of such thing anymore. No, give us the '70s. Hundreds, if not thousands, of guys want to see the '70s seasons, right? The ones you haven't released. Roll those out, and then everybody will be happy. Okay, that's what you got to do. Don't have guys, constantly arguing with other guys saying, well, they've been in business a long time, so they must know what they're doing. Or the other one is, well, they're in there to make a profit, and it's a small, it's a small group, it's a small company, and they can't have a big, massive, supply on hand. They have to kind of release them as they know they can. They have to know they have X amount of orders in place. I said, forget all that, man. Just you have them on a put them on a disc, and the guy who wants them, if you don't have enough orders to print them out, then you send them on PDF. You sell them for $17, $22 on PDF. The damn thing costs. You got to buy paper. That's $12, $15. You got to buy ink. That's another $20. That's $35. So you're not getting away with anything if you really want the season, you buy the PDF, you print it out and you enjoy it. Or you print out one league and you enjoy it. But don't tell me that you can't do it, because everybody can do it. And you're going to be, look, if you don't have the season and you're not selling the season, guess what? You're making zero. If you offer me the season and you sell one season, okay, because you have it on PDF, you're going to make more than zero. It's that simple. And to put stuff on PDF, you have the data. All right. You have the data accessible to you. You've already released those seasons. I'm sure you didn't burn the data, in your fireplace. So get somebody to input the data for every player and the story. All right. You have already a tech team that does and I mean, I'm not going to comment on but you do have a tech team, and I'm sure if they go back to their college books and they can read up on how to input some data and have everything on PDF. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna speak out now. So if you hear this, that's my opinion. So we have to. I think we should be more accepting of people's opinions on groups and on forums. Just because the title of my group is Stratomatic doesn't mean that I can't ask ask the company saying, hey man, come on, release this. I want to buy it. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not criticizing the company. You're asking for something you want them to produce. How are they going to know if you don't ask for it? If you're constantly saying, well, maybe I want it, but I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to say, hey, it's great. Whatever you spit out, we're going to swallow. What's going on? Jesus. Anyway, let's continue this game. No more rants. Jeff McNeil is up. He's leading it off. Then it's, I think Conforto is batting cleanup. Then it's Todd Frazier in the 5th spot at third base. Wilson Ramos, the catcher, batting 6th. Batting 7th is Rosario. Batting 8th is Juan Lagares. And Zack Wheeler, the pitcher. All right, let's get going here. All right, that's a 96, and that's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's a fly ball to right. One down. You don't use a lot of charts with this game. It's a 71. That's a strikeout. So Alonso strikes out. And now it's Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo, a 55, and that's a deep drive on Brandon Nimmo's card. And that's a 009. 58 is a ball that's driven over the center fielder's head, and Shepler after it. And Nimmo's going to stop at second base with a 2-out double. And now it's Michael Conforto. And that's a 19. That's going to be off Conforto's card. That's strike 3. Conforto strikes out. And that retires the side. So that's one inning. I try to move through a couple innings since I did go off on a rant. This is Yasiel Puig, and I had to go after. I have to print out Cleveland to get Yasiel Puig. That's a 12. That's line base hit center field. So Puig singles. He's on at first. He's a 2C base stealer, but he's a -2 hold, so we're not going to be running with Puig. I'm not a big base stealer anyway. Scott Shepler, we're going to switch him around. He's a righty, but he's a lefty, but we have him as a righty, so I just fixed that. All right, 60. 60 is a line base hit. Conforto plays it on a hop, stopping at second. It looked like Conforto was going to catch it there for a second. So Puig had to hold up. So first and second. And nobody out. And it's Iglesias. That's an 82. An 82 is an out. What kind of an out? It's a 3. And this is a G5. So we may be able to get a double play out of it, but I'm not sure. Runners on first and second. Let's see what a G5 with runners on first and second is a C. Runner on first is slower. And the runner on first, a rated 5, goes to the force out. Otherwise, it's a fielder's choice. All right. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice. So let's do that real quick. 5-4 fielder's choice. One runner advances, the other runner out on a force play. All right, so it's Tucker Barnhart. He's a switch hitter. And I'm going to put him as a switch hitter real quick here. Bats both. And that's a 0-9. That's going to be ball 4. So Barnhart walks. That's going to load the bases. And it's a pitcher spot, Tanner Roark. We're using the pitcher batting card there. That's a 37. 37 is an out. What kind of an out? That's popped up. And that's going to be on the right side. Alonso under it. He makes the catch. Oop, not a sacrifice fly. So that's 2 outs now. Everybody holds up on that. Infield fly rule. And it's Jose Peraza. Let's see if Zack Wheeler can get out of this bases loaded situation. There's 2 outs now. Top of the second, no score. And he will get out of the bases loaded situation. Strike 3 on Peraza. So Peraza goes down swinging. That retires the side. Go to the bottom of the second. Tanner Roark is on the mound. Now, Tanner Roark was eventually traded to Oakland, but he starts the season with Cincinnati. It's a 79, and that's defense. So you get a chance here. If it's 41 or higher, it goes into the error. So this is going to be a range check, 46. Now, I could do this pretty much by memory because I 46, the first baseman's a 5, so that's definitely a ground ball that Votto handles, and he takes it himself. Because that's why I kind of scanned all the fielding ratings on the players to make note of anybody that's a 5. I got Shepler and Winker, they're 4s, and then I got Votto a 5 there. So that helps me so I don't have to really kind of look all that much. I memorize the guys who really stand out. And I do that in opposite fashion as well. In reverse, where I'll memorize guys who are really terrible. All right, so it's Wilson Ramos. There's 1 out. That's a 90. That's going to be a 4. That's a ground ball hard hit at Iglesias. He's to his left, throws on the run, and gets Ramos. And that's Ahmed Rosario. That's an 87. And an 87 is a 6. That's, again, ground ball up the middle, and Iglesias gets to it, throws on the run, and gets Rosario. We go top of the third. We're moving along. The game moves very, very fast. Very almost practically chartless once you get used to it. Votto is a lefty, so we're going to switch him around. When I inputted the information, I didn't do that. I wait to actually see it on the card, and then I. All right, here goes. It's going to be a 0-7, and that's going to be line drive, base hit to right for Votto. He's on at first, Eugenio Suarez. That's a 33. A 33 strike 3. Eugenio's downswing. Jesse Winker, and that's a 39, and that's an out, kind of an out to 1. That's popped up to the right side. Second baseman, McNeil, makes the catch, 2 down, and it's Puig. That's a 91. That's going to be a 6, and that's a ball that's hit to Rosario. He flips to McNeil, and that retires the side. 6-4 if you're scoring at home. We go to the bottom of the third. No score. Using deep drive baseball, Tanner Roark on the mound against Juan Lagares, Zack Wheeler, and Jeff McNeil. Here's a roll. It's a 49, and it's an 8, and that's going to be a fly to right. Under it is Puig. He's there. Zack Wheeler, he's batting from the left side. That's a 67, and that's going to be a hit by pitch. Oh, he gets plunked. He's not going to rub it, but he goes down to first base. Trainer's going to come out to talk to Wheeler, and it's Jeff McNeil. And that's a 72, and that's strike 3 on McNeil. 2 down. And that's Pete Alonso. And that's an 18. Alonso's hit as well. So 2 hit batsmen in this inning for the Mets with 2 outs now. It's first and second. It's Brandon Nimmo. Let's see if the Mets can capitalize on this Tanner Roark wild streak. And that's going to be a 24, and that's not going to do it. That's strike 3. Outside pitch that Nimmo's fooled by. And we go to the top of the fourth. Scott Shepler, Jose Iglesias, and Barnhart. Shepler is a lefty. He's batting from the left side. So that's correct. 29. And that's defense. So we're going to roll and see what that becomes. We roll a 69. So that's going to be range. 69 range takes us to the shortstop. And I remember that Rosario is a 3. So that's going to be a ball that Rosario gets to. And he throws out. Shepler, 6-3, 1 away. So once you know your numbers, it's pretty easy because it tells you there if it's an error or not. 98. That's off Wheeler's card. A 6 is another ground ball to Rosario. To Hopper. And he throws out Iglesias. And now it's Tucker Barnhart. Barnhart walked his first time up. 31. And that's an out. What kind of an out? That's a fly ball center field. Shallow center. Running in is Lagares. And he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Zack Wheeler. There's no score here in the bottom of the fourth. Excuse me. Tanner Roark on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds. He started out with the Reds and then eventually moved to Oakland. That's a 58, and that's a line drive base hit to right for Michael Conforto. So Conforto's on at first with a single. Next is Todd Frazier, and that's a 36. That's a 5, and that's a hard hit ground ball to Iglesias, who flips the Peraza back to Votto. 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs. So the single is quickly erased. And it's Wilson Ramos, 37. That's an out. That's a nubber. Out from behind the plate is Barnhart, fires to first, and it's a 2-3 ground out to retire the side. All right, we go to the top of the 5th inning. Leadoff batter is Roark. Pitch from Wheeler. It's a 37. That's a 5. That's a ground ball to second. McNeil up with it. Flips to Alonso. 1 down. Jose Peraza. Peraza's over 2. Ground out. Struck out. That's a 96. 96-7. That's a fly ball to right. Shallow right field. Conforto pounds the glove, makes the catch, and it's Joey Votto. Votto is 2 for 2, a double and a single. But this is going to be an out. That's going to be a fly ball to center. He hit it right on the screws, but right at Lagares. And that's all she wrote. We go bottom of the 5th, no score. Got a pretty good ball. Pretty good pitcher's duel. I don't know if it's a pretty good ball game, but it's a pretty good pitcher's duel. That's a 21. That's strike 3 on Rosario. So Rosario strikes out. Leading off the inning, Juan Lagares next. That's 65, and that's going to be a base on balls, ball 4. So Lagares is on at first. Zack Wheeler is going to bunt. And that's a 99 on a bunt. So that's going to be an out. And bunting is very interesting here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. A 99 on an out. Well, it's an out, so I have to roll again. I roll the mod die, so 1. And that says lead runner thrown out. And who throws him out? So it's a bunt. It's to 7, who is the third baseman. So Suarez comes in hard, picks up the ball, fires to Iglesias. So it's a 5-6 fielder's choice. 5-6 fielder's choice. And runner at second is out. He's forced out. And on at first is Zack Wheeler. Zack Wheeler is a slow runner, according to the data. McNeil, 52. That's a deep drive off Tanner Roark's card. A 52 is a deep drive off Tanner Roark's card for Jeff McNeil. So as long as we're looking to roll less than more than a 14 and less than an 85. And that's a 93. So that may be a home run, but we're going to see it's a deep drive to right field. Back goes Puig to the track, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So McNeil gave it a ride, but not deep enough. And we're going to the top of the 6th. There's still no score. Gonna have to start looking at the pitcher endurance. Roark is a 9 and Wheeler's a 10. And that's a 19 off of Suarez, and that's strike 3. 1 down. Suarez strikes out. Winker next. Winker's a lefty, so let's flip him around real quick. He's batting lefty now. And we rolled a 26, and that's going to be an out. What kind of an out? An 8. That's going to be a fly ball. High fly to center field. A few steps back for Lagares, makes the catch. 2 down, and it's Puig. Puig is 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out. That's a 65. A 65 is strike 3, and that retires the side. So we're going to the bottom of the 6th. Still no score. Pete Alonso leading it off. Let's see if Pete Alonso can connect. Nope, 38. And that's going to be an out, a 1, and that's line. Nope, that's popped up. Popped up. Peraza. He's there. Makes the catch. Nemo's next. 56. Oh, that just missed being a deep drive for Nemo. That's a line drive. Base hit center field. So Nemo's on with a single. And it's Michael Conforto. So Tanner Roark with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. There's no score. He looks in for the sign. Barnhart is behind the plate. And here's Conforto. And that's a 0-6. Oh, just missed being a deep drive, but that's lined. Base hit. And Memo is a average runner, so he's going to have to stop at second with less than 2 out. So he's going to stop at second there. So first and second, and now it's Todd Frazier. Here's the pitch of Todd Frazier. That's a 32. That's going to be some sort of an out. That's a fly ball, center field. Shepler under it. Everybody holds. And Wilson Ramos. Here's the pitch with 2 outs to Wilson Ramos. Runners on first. And, it's a 0-0. That's going to put us on the potential wild pitch chart. And Tanner Roark is a B wild pitch, A balk. So he doesn't do much of that. So we're going to have to roll again to see. It's a 90. And that says if the catcher's pass ball rating is a D or an F, it's a pass ball. I don't know if Barnhart is a D or an F. He's like one of the better catchers, but you never know. Let's see, Barnhart. Barnhart's rating, pass ball rating is a C, so it's not a D or an F. So nothing happens there. He makes a nice stop, throws it back to Roark. So Wilson is still up. Wilson Ramos is still up with 2 outs, runners on first and second. No score in the bottom of the 6th. And that's a 75. That's going to be off Roark. And that's strike 3. So Ramos strikes out, leaves 2 on. And we go to the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Scott Shepler. That's a 36. That's a 2, and that's another. And Wilson Ramos out. fires to first and gets Shepler 2-3. Jose Iglesias, and that's a 12. That's a ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Iglesias. Iglesias is not much of a base stealer. And it's Tucker Barnhart. That's a 47, a 3. That's a ground ball. That's going to be a force play. So Frazier to McNeil, no throw to first. 5-4. And we're going to double check that out at second on a force out. Double check that force out real quick here because these are 3. A G5 with a runner on first is a B, lead runner out. Yep. All right. Well, runner on first, and it's Tanner Roark. We're going to let him go. Normally they would pinch hit for him. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pinch hit for the pitcher. I'm going to bring in Dietrich. So I have to write in Dietrich. So Dietrich is going to pinch hit. And he's got good power numbers. He's a left-handed batter, lefty specialist. But it's not going to give him an advantage this time. If Zack Wheeler were a righty specialist, it would. So here's Dietrich. And Dietrich batted 187, holy smokes, in 300 at-bats, or 300 plate appearances. Had 20 home runs. Wow, that's an epic failure, man. 187 batting average. It's embarrassing. And that's going to be a 31 off Dietrich's card. And that's going to be defense. So he may get lucky here. See what happens. Oh, and that's in 0-4. He does get lucky. He does get lucky because a 0-4 is going to take us to the error range, 33. Let's see what happens. And that's a catcher fielding rating. And that's going to be a 2-3, and that's going to retire the side. Another number that Ramos comes out and fields, throws high, but Alonso stretches and makes the catch, 2-3, and that retires the side. All right, we're going to have a new pitcher. It's going to be Wandy Peralta. Well, actually, I have righties coming up, so maybe I should bring in a righty right and save Wandy for when we face the lefties. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to bring in Michael Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen is a pitcher center fielder type. But you know what? I don't have his pitching card. I have his batting card. Where's his pitching card? Oh, no, I got to go through all of them. Wait, let me see who else I can bring in. Because when you first print out these cards, they're very, very sticky. Very hard to manage. Casali, Brady. Hold on. Oh, David Hernandez. Perfect. All right, David Hernandez is coming in. He actually played in this game. Let me undo. I got to exit here because I noticed that I put the pinch hitter into the. Let me undo that. There you go. I got a pinch hit. I put him into the pitcher spot by accident. So let me do that again. And he's going to ground out to the catcher. 2-3. And I don't know. He's still. Oh, I see why. All right, let's see. Pinch hitter. No, not going to bat in the pitcher spot. He's not going to be a pitcher either. And then he's going to ground out. 2-3. And now Tanner Roark's still in there. Good. Because it's David Hernandez. So we're going to write in David Hernandez. We are in the bottom half of the 7th, I believe. There's no score. We're playing deep drive baseball. We're replaying the Mets are 15-12 in the replay. I think they were just one game above 500 or 500. So I'm doing a little bit better than the Mets actually did. So David Hernandez is in there. He's going to face Ahmed Rosario. So there's no score here in the bottom of the 7th. First game of a 4-game set. Now that's going to be a deep drive for Ahmed. So we're looking for. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh boy, that's going to be a. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a deep drive to center field. Back goes Shepler on the run, makes the catch. One away, so Ahmed gets a hold of one, drives it deep to center field, but Shepler runs it down. Ligares. That's a 32, and that's going to be an out, and that's going to be a ground ball to Hopper to the second baseman, Peraza. Over to Votto. 2 away. And now Zack Wheeler's up, so we're going to have a pinch hitter for Zack Wheeler. It's going to be Dominic Smith. Dom Smith. And Dom Smith is going to bring about a pitching change. We're going to get Amir Garrett. So Amir Garrett is going to replace David Hernandez. We're going to write Amir. Now he's a lefty. He's a loogie. And you're going to get special advantage for bringing in Garrett according to this game. So that's why we're bringing in Garrett here. Goes left. So Amir Garrett is in there. He's basically he's a specialist. He only pitches to 1 or 2 batters. Excuse me. So here goes. Dom Smith. Nobody on. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. No score. That's an 80. And that's going to be strike 3. Dominic Smith waves at it. Fans. And that retires the side. So Jose Peraza now is going to be facing Jerry Familia. Actually, Seth Lugo. Before I bring Familia, I'm going to bring in Seth Lugo. See if Lugo can hold him for at least a couple innings. It's a close game. No score, so late in innings, so I'm going to bring him my best. So Jose Peraza is going to face Seth Lugo. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an 18 off of Peraza. That should be that's defense. See what happens there. That's a 33. So we're going to go into the out chart. That's a 68. 68 is a shortstop, and that's a ball that's grounded to the shortstop, Rosario, and he gets to that. And he throws out Peraza by half a step. Joey Votto. That's an 84. That's off of Lugo's card. It's a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball center field. Caught by Ligares. That's 2 down. And now the always dangerous Eugenio Suarez. That's a 26. And that's strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for Lugo. And I'm going to allow Garrett to go a couple more batters since I have a couple lefties. Well, at least one lefty. So I'm going to let him go face McNeil. Then I'll bring in another. Now I have 2. I'm going to face. I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I can't let Garrett go. You know what? Let me see. Oh boy. There's Lorenzen. I got his pitching card. I got Iglesias. All right, here goes. Here's Amir Garrett's facing Jeff McNeil. And that's a 61. 61 is off Garrett. And he does have an advantage off of McNeil over McNeil because he's a lefty specialist. That's a 61, so that turns into a walk. Or if we make it an 11, it's going to be a single. So what do you rather give up, a single or a walk? Doesn't make much of a difference. So we're going to roll. Even it's a single. And it's a double. It's doubles. So I meant to say odd was a single and even was a walk, and that's what it is. It's a walk based on balls. So McNeil's on it first, and it's Pete Alonso. Now, you know what? We don't want to bring in want to bring him in, and we're going to bring in a righty, but then we got two lefties. That's the issue that we're having here. So let's let Amir Garrett. I don't want to make two more pitching changes in this inning. I think that's too much for a regular season game at the beginning of the season. I mean, I don't want to bring in a righty to face Alonso, and then bring in a lefty to face the next two batters who are lefty. I'd like Garrett to see if I can get through Alonso. There's nobody out. Lead runner got out on a walk. At this point, Alonso hasn't established himself, so here goes. 32, and that's strike three. So Amir Garrett strikes out Alonso. Now he faces Memo, who he gets an advantage over, and that's a 39, and that's going to be defense. A 45 is that's a G3, and the G3 I think is a fielder's choice with a runner on first. So ground ball to Votto, he throws to Iglesias, and there's no throw back. So it's a fielder's choice. 3-6. Out at second, that's going to be out number 2. And Memo's on at first. Then we have Michael Conforto. Here's the pitch. And that's a 28, and that's strike 3. So Amir Garrett does a great job. And that frees us up to do other things now. All right, so it's going to be Seth Lugo against Jesse Winker, Yasiel Puig, and Scott Shepler here in the top of the 9th. And that's a 69. 69 off Seth Lugo, strike 3. Winker out on strikes. Next is Yasiel Puig, a 33. Puig is going to be out. He's going to ground ball to Alonso. Does he flip it to the pitcher? No, he takes it himself. I roll an 8-sided die. 1 and 2, he flips it to the pitcher. And now it's Scott Shepler with 2 outs, nobody on. Seth Lugo. That's 20. That's going to be a strikeout. So Lugo blows it by Shepler. And that retires the side. It's going to be Frazier, Ramos, and Rosario against a new pitcher, Michael Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen, I'm going to have to write him in. Michael Lorenzen is interesting. He also plays center field. Michael Lorenzen's in there pitching to to Todd Frazier. Let's see. What happened to Todd Frazier? He vanished. I don't have Todd Frazier. Don't know what happened to Todd Frazier. That's funny. Where'd he go? Is he in there somewhere? So Todd Frazier was right before. Let's see if Todd Frazier's in here. He fell on the floor. Oh, there he is. He's in the other bunch of cards. All right, Todd Frazier. We're in the bottom half of the 9th inning. There's no score. It's no runs, 5 hits, 6 left on base for Cincinnati. No runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base for New York. Todd Frazier leading it off. That's a 71, and that's going to be strike 3. Frazier down on strikes. Wilson Ramos. It's a 28. That's a 6. That's a hard hit ground ball at Flores in the hole. Flores up with it, fires to first, showing off his arm. Gets Ramos. And with 2 outs, it's Ahmed Rosario. Ahmed Rosario's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, struck out, and flied out. And this is going to be at 0-6. Oh, and it just misses being again. It misses the deep drive, and that's going to be a ground ball through the hole and into left field for a single. So Rosario's on at first. And next is Juan Lagares. And that's an 18. An 18 is strike 3. So Lorenzen blows it by Lagares, and that retires the side. We're going to have a new pitcher for the Mets. It's going to be Jerry Familia. He's going to face Jose Iglesias, Tucker, Barnhart, and then the pitcher spot here in the 10th inning. So this is an extra inning affair, so you get free baseball, guys. All right, this is a 75. 75 is a strikeout. So Iglesias fans, and it's Tucker Barnhart. He's batting from the left side. It's a 61. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle and through into center field. Lagares gets it in quickly. So Barnhart is on with a single. We're going to need a pinch hitter here. Excuse me. I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter. And you know what? Who are we bringing the pinch hitter? Wow. Okay, hold on. Phil Irvin. Phil Irvin's going to pinch hit. Let's get Irvin in there, pinch hitting. I've got to write him in. Irving with an E. All right. Here's Jerry Familia with a runner on first base. Pitch to Phil Irvin, the pinch hitter. That's going to be a potential wild pitch. That's a 35. Let's see what that becomes. A 35 is wild pitcher C, D, or F. Wild pitch rating on Familia C, D, or F. He's a C, so that's a wild pitch. Gets by Ramos. He hustles after it. Barnhart is over to second base on a wild pitch by Jerry Familia. So the go-ahead run is at second now with only one out. Now I could pinch run. For the catcher. Let's see what his speed was. His rating. Oh, very slow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably pinch run here with only one out. And Michael Lorenzen, I believe, pitched already. Let's see. Michael Lorenzen. Okay, yeah, but he can't. He's in the game, so he cannot pinch run in that spot. Casali. Let's see who we got going here. Kyle Farmer. Let me just check real quick with the Baseball Reference to see what the deal is here. Cubs. That's not it. Oh, I know what I did. I do this a lot. All right. We're looking for a pinch runner for the catcher at second base. There's only one out. It's no score in this game here in the top of the 10th inning. Tucker Barnhart singled and then reached on a second on a wild pitch. So we're thinking of bringing in a pinch hitter, but what we have to do is figure out who's on this Cincinnati roster. And I do that by looking at the games. If it's the first game, I look at the following games. So Dietrich already pinch hit, so he's not in there. Let's see who else we can use to pinch run here. The next game is Barnhart, is Phil Irving. We pinch hit with him. Kyle Farmer. Let's see if we can find Kyle Farmer. I don't know what I have. Oh yeah, Kyle Farmer's there. All right, perfect. So he's an average runner, so that's better than a very slow runner. So he's gonna come in there and pinch run. Kyle Farmer. So pinch runner, it's gonna be at sub Kyle. Although in a game like this, I definitely don't like to use, pinch runners and that sort of thing because I know I'm going to run out of players at some point. You have a very short bench nowadays. All right, so Phil Irving is still at the plate. Kyle Farmer is running for Barnhart. It's going to be Casali coming in to catch. So we're going to roll here. Oh wait, we didn't bring him from there. Let's back up because we did not. So let's remember what we did here. It was a single. It was a strikeout. Okay, strikeout single. Let me get out of this. Start all over again real quick because I have to input. There we do. Okay, it's going to be Familia for Lugo. All right. And then it was I believe it was a strikeout for Iglesias. And then it was a single for Barnhart. And then it was a wild pitch. That gets. Oh, then it was a pinch hitter. Hold on. Pinch hitter for the pitcher. That was Irving. And then it was a wild pitch. So we're going to get him to second on the wild pitch. And now it's Philip Irving batting against Jerry Familia. And then we got the pinch runner. Pinch runner is going to be Farmer, Kyle Farmer. He's available to us now. We wrote him in already. There we go. And that's going to be a 0-8 off Irving's card. And that's going to be a line drive base hit. And that falls in front of Memo. But Farmer had to wait. And he's going to hold up unless we're going to try to score him. Let's see. We could try to roll and score him. Let's see. Let's do that. And we're going to have to use the choice chart because with a single runner on second, if he's average speed, he gets to. Oh, wait. Not only if there's 2 outs and there's only 1 out. So he's going to have to hold up at third. So Farmer's going to have to hold up at third. Third base coach holds him up first and third, 1 out. And it's Jose Peraza. It's a right-handed batter. He's facing Jerry Familia. Infield, the Mets are going to bring the infield in right here. And that's going to be a 39. 39 is an out. A 2 is a slow grounder to the first baseman. But the runner on third is going to hold on this. And now I can look at those rules quickly. The infield in rules. Yeah, lineouts become singles. Slow and hard ground balls result in the runner on third holding. So it's going to be a ground out to the first baseman. Alonso looks at third, looks home, holds the runner, and steps on the bag. Runner's going to advance runner on first advances to second. So Jose Peraza grounds out, unassisted, out by first baseman Pete Alonso. All right, everybody holds. So still no score. 2 outs now, and it's Joey Votto. Now Joey Votto's a lefty. We're gonna walk Votto and intentionally walk Votto, which makes sense to everybody listening, I'm sure. We're gonna walk Votto, and we're gonna pitch to. So righty Familia is gonna pitch to the righty Eugenio Suarez here in the top of the 10th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. No score so far in this game. Playing deep drive baseball. All right, here goes. And that's an 89, and that's going to be a 7. That's a fly ball hit to right field. Back goes Conforto, makes the catch, and that retires the side. All right, so Michael Lorenzen pitched already, and he only has a 1 on his card. So we're going to pull him here, and we're going to get a new pitcher. Let's see who's coming up for the Mets. We got a pinch hitter, and then we got a bunch of lefties. I'm going to try to see if I can pull another lefty. Iglesias. Casali's going to come in. He's going to be the new catcher. So let's get him in there. Casali. I'll write him in. Kurt Casali. And Casali bats righty. He's going to be the catcher. So he's behind the plate, and he's going to bat in the same spot as Barnhart. Oh, let's put him in that spot, in the 8th spot, where Kyle Farmer was. So It's going to be there. It is perfect. All right, he's in batting 8th spot now. Now we need a new pitcher. Let's get Casali in there. So Barnhart's out, and it's Casali. And now I'm looking for a new pitcher to come in. Oh, Wandy. I don't think Wandy pitched, right? I don't think Wandy pitched. Lorenzen pitched. Seth Lugo pitched. Amir Garrett pitched. Let me bring in Wandy, because Wandy didn't pitch. I like saying that name, Wandy Peralta. All right. So Wandy Peralta is still available to us. He's going to come in. He can go 1 inning. All right, we need a pinch hitter for the Mets here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. It's going to be Broxton. I mean, he's horrible. Who else did the Mets use to pinch hit? Mets are pinch hitting Smith all the time. I know that. Broxton comes in. Oh, J.D. Davis. He has good power, and he can put one out of the park and win this game with one swing of the bat, and that's what we want right now. J.D. Davis. All right, let me write him in. And J.D. Davis batted over 300 for the Mets in 2019. 20 home runs and about 300 at bats. 450 plate appearances. Had 22 home runs. Batted 307. He had a really good season. J.D. Davis. Nobody on. Bottom of the 10th. No score. Against Wandy Peralta, the lefty. That's a 57 off Wandy, and that's going to be a line drive base hit to left. Winker plays it in on a hop, gets it in quickly to Iglesias, and J.D. Davis is on with a single to lead off. That's good news. Next is the lefty McNeil, and that's a 60, and that's going to be a ball that's grounded through the hole and into right field. Stopping at second is Davis, so first and second. And nobody out. Next is Pete Alonso. Pitch, and that's a 48. Ooh, this could be a double play, and that's a 9. It's not. It's going to be a fly ball center field. Shepler right there makes the catch. Everybody holds. I'm going to advance here. And now it's Brandon Nimmo, another lefty. First and second. And that's a 90. Holy smokes. That's a 1. So that's popped up and that's going to be to shortstop Alesha on the right side. Makes the catch. That's 2 away now. So the Mets got their first 2 runners on and then nothing. And now it's Michael Conforto. One more time. Oh, my God. That's 97. That's going to be a 7. That's going to be popped up shallow left field. Back goes Iglesias. In comes Winker. Who's going to get it? Winker. And that retires the side. So we thought we had something going there. And nothing developed. The Mets got their first 2 batters, their first 2 hitters on with singles, and then nothing happened. So now we need a new pitcher for the Mets because these guys can only go 1 inning. And it's going to be facing Winker. So let's see who. Let's going to bring in Justin Wilson. He's a lefty. Justin Wilson's going to come in and try to hold on to this game. We're running out of pitchers of any value. So the Mets better do something very, very soon. Justin Wilson, the left-hander, against Jesse Winker, the lefty. All right, that's a 67, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Winker strikes out. 1 down. Top of the 11th, no score. 25. And that's a strikeout. So Puig goes back to the bench, and it's Scott Shepler. That's a 54. And that's going to be a ground ball to the right side and into right field for a single. So Shepler's on with a single with 2 outs. And it's Jose Iglesias. That's a 35. That's going to be a ground ball hit hard right at Frazier. Frazier fires the first, gets Iglesias, and that retires the side. Reds leave 1 score, none. And after 10 and a half, There's no score here. So we're going to need a new pitcher again for, and we're going to bring in Alesha. Although if Cincinnati scores, they can use Iglesias. So let me see who I can bring in here. Let's see who else they used. Oh, Robert Stevenson and Jared Hughes. Let me see if I have either of those guys. Stevenson and Hughes. I would only not have them if they were traded away. Stevenson and Hughes. And I think both of them may have been traded away, so I may not have them. Who else is Hughes? Stevenson and Hughes, and it's not easy to manipulate. There he is. All right, got a new pitcher, Stevenson. Let me write him in, and he can go. Only one inning. Robert Stevenson. Robert Stevenson is a right-hander, and he's in there. All right. And he's going to be facing Todd Frazier, the Todd father. Let's roll out the nicknames now in the bottom half of the 11th inning. And that's a 79. That's another out. Strike 3. So the Todd father goes down on strikes. And it's a 21. And that's going to be defense for Wilson Ramos. Let's see if we can get lucky and get a bloop. No, it's going to be in the error section. That's going to be a 72. 72 is going to go out to the shortstop. He's a 3, and he gets to it. Jose Iglesias gets to it and throws out Ramos 6-3. And I can double check that. I know that Iglesias is a number 3 at shortstop. That's not it. Here's my. What did I? Oh wait, this has got to be it. Yeah. Let me see if I can find Iglesias. Yeah, he is a 3, so he gets to it, and that's 1 away. All right, next is Ahmed Rosario. Here's the pitch to Ahmed. That's a 47, another out. Holy smokes, that's a fly out to left field. Under it is Winker, and that retires the side. Holy smokes! So Frazier struck out, and Wilson grounded out, and then Rosario flied out. That was really quick. Thought something good was going to happen there. So it's going to be Justin Wilson. Oh, we need a new pitcher for the Mets. And we're going to bring in Diaz. Maybe Diaz will blow it as usual. Going to bring in Edwin Diaz because our closer's of no use to us in a home game that's in extra innings. So we're going to bring in Diaz, and he's going to face Kurt Casali. Here's the pitch from Edwin Diaz. That's an 81. That's off. That's strike 3. So Diaz blows it by Casali for out number 1 here in the top of the 12th. And that's a 13, and a 13 should be ball 4. Oh wait, we'll see. Wait a second. Oh, we're going to need a pinch hitter. We are in the pitcher spot. Excuse me. Wait a second here. So we need another pinch hitter. We got to find out who else we have on this team to pinch hit. So we got to keep on. This is when it gets really complicated when you get one of these games. So we're going to the next game over to see what other subs we have that we can bring in. Oh, Zach Duke. That's another pitcher I can use. Okay, that's good. That's more information. Wow. Who else is on this team right now? I may be out of pinch hitters. Who knows? I'm not totally sure. This is a 4-game set, so I'm going through every game. Oh. Casali, Barnhart. Yeah, this is tough. This is super duper tough. Let me go back one. I'm going to go into the Reds. One more game over when they already are playing San Francisco. And yeah, I don't think I have anybody else. That's it. I'm out of bench players. Yep, I'm out of bench players to pinch hit. Excuse me. So I will have to just let the basically. Excuse me again. It was Robert Stevenson. Excuse me. Um, we're gonna let Roberts. I don't know if I have a pitcher batting card for Stevenson, but anyway, I can pull in a pitcher, a generic pitcher batting card, and Stevenson's gonna bat. We're gonna let Stevenson bat because I don't know if he can bat or not, but at this point, so Stevenson's gonna bat, and then he's gonna get replaced. So Stevenson is batting there in the ninth spot. Wait a second. Oh man. All right, in the eighth spot. Let me undo something here real quick. All right, he's going to go there, and Stevenson is going to pitch there. And then, yeah, all right, everything's good. All right, so Stevenson's going to bat against Edwin Diaz. And that's a 29, and the 29 is a strikeout. So Stevenson goes down swinging, and now it's Jose Peraza leading off, 2 outs. That's a 28. That's a 6, and that's a fly to left. Right there is McNeil, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Edwin Diaz. So let's see what happens here. We're going to bring in, who did we say? We had a new pitcher. I even can't remember who that was off the top of my head. Man. Who did I say we had? Oh, yeah. If I see his name, I think it's a Z. I was supposed to go to lunch, but this game is taking an inordinate amount of time here. This is Zach Duke. That's it. Zach Duke is around. I got to pull him. Zach Duke. And eventually, let's see if Zach Duke can go more than 1 inning. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start bringing in my all these teams nowadays have position players, and all the position players have pitching cards. That was annoying because after all that, I didn't find Zach Duke, and I know I saw him. All right, let's do one more time here. Zach Duke, come on, Zach Duke. Let's see this. I swear to God, I saw Zach Duke a bunch of times. So let me get Zach Duke here. Ah, there he is, Zach Duke. He's in there. It's a lefty. He's going to pitch against whoever's in there. Ligaris. Excuse me. So Zach Duke. Zach Duke is coming in. He throws lefty. Include offensive sub. Yeah, sure. Yes. Oh man, I got a frog stuck in my throat. All right, Juan Ligaris. And that's a 91. That's going to be easy out. That's a 3. That's a hard hit grounder to third baseman, but he's got it and fires the first and gets Ligaris. So now I need a pinch hitter. That's going to be Guillorme. Oh no, Keon Broxton. Broxton, pinch hit. That's a 92. Holy smokes. And that's a comebacker to the pitcher. Duke fields his position and throws out Broxton 1-3. So 2 outs. And now we're at McNeil, Jeff McNeil. That's an 85. That's another easy out. It's a 6. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop Iglesias. Fires to first. 3 up, 3 down. Easy peasy for Zach Duke. All right. Holy smokes. I'm running out of pitchers. I'm running out of batters. Edwin Diaz is gone. And let's see who else we have on the Mets team here that can pitch. I have some other guys. I just have to find out who they are. These young guys. Oh, Ryan O'Rourke. I got a Ryan O'Rourke. All right, yes, finally I get to use him. I've been looking at his card. He's towards the back. There he is, Ryan O'Rourke. Lefty, he's coming in. Facing Votto. Got to write him in. I've never used him before. So Ryan O'Rourke, he actually made his appearance during this series. O'Rourke. And he's a lefty specialist. Done. Ryan O'Rourke. All right, he goes. He only pitched in 2 games. This was one of them. So here's Joey Votto. All right, the 76. 76 is a walk, I believe. Yep, he walks. So Votto manages a base on balls, and he's on at first. Next is Eugenio Suarez. That's a 20. That's a strikeout. So Suarez strikes out. Nice fastball by O'Rourke. And it's Jesse Winker. And that's going to be a 90. Holy smokes. And a 90, we're going to make that a 90. We're going to make that a 40 because it's a lefty specialist versus a lefty. And a 40 is going to be an out of some kind of 0. That's lined and caught by the third baseman. Shortstop. Nice catch by Rosario. 2 away. And Votto's on at first. There's 2 outs. Top of the 13th. Yasiel Puig. And that's a 73. That's going to be, again, a walk. And that's ball 4. So back first and second on walks. And it's Shepler. And that's a 33. That's all Shepler's card. That's an out. A 6 is a ground ball. Hard hit to Jeff McNeil over to his left. Bobbles it. Gets a hold of it. Throws out Shepler, and that retires the side. All right, so it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. What am I going to do here? What am I going to do with the Reds? Because I'm out of players. I'm out of. Oh, I can still bring in Jared Hughes. Where did Jared Hughes go? That's my issue. I don't know where he is. So I still have Jared Hughes, but I'm going to have to find him in Philadelphia. Oh, and I happen to have Philadelphia printed out already. So that'll make my life much easier. So I'm going to look for Philadelphia, and I'm going to look for Jared Hughes. He's got to be probably towards the back end. So he was with Cincinnati at the beginning of the season. And then towards the end of the season, when a lot of teams are looking for pitching support, to make the run for the playoffs, they start pulling players from different teams and making deals. There he is, Jared Hughes. Okay. So I'm going to leave him with Cincy for now. So Jared Hughes is going to be on the mound. Yeah, another pitcher goes only 1 inning. All right. We may have to let him, Jared Hughes. Right-hander. He's going to bat. All right. Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso. We haven't rolled 1-0. That's where you get a lot of your home run. Oh, I just had one knocked over. 83. That's an out. That's a pop-up to the right side. Votto under it. Makes the catch. One away. Next is Brandon Memo. Left-hander. That's a 25. It's a strikeout. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 13th inning. And it's Michael Conforto. It's a 50. That's a deep drive off Conforto. See what happens at 24. 24. That ball's driven deep to right field. Back goes Puig to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Game over. Bottom of the 13th inning. Michael Conforto gets a hold of one off Jared Hughes and ends the ball game just like that. Wow. Okay, let me finish up here on this game, and then I can go eat lunch. I know they're waiting for me. Roark is going to get the win, right? Roark gets the win. The loss is going to go to Hughes, and I'll give you the final. It's Cincinnati, no runs, 8 hits, no errors, 12 left on base. New York, 1 run. The Conforto home run. There, he's being mobbed by his teammates now at the plate. And it was the Mets, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors, and 10 left on base. And there you have it. Deep drive baseball. Low scoring affair today. I'll probably stream another one later on. Take care, guys. This is a 4-game set with Cincinnati. The Mets improved their record to 16-12, I believe. They were 15-12. Oh, what? Bob, I just started the rain. It's pouring. Put your game in rain delay and answer my question. Hello. Yo, stop talking. Look at the chat. Alan Shaw, I think I may have a problem with his chat. No, I'm sorry, guys. I was just trying to get this game. Let's see what Bob said. Hello. Do you pay attention to the chat? No. Did you have a question, Bob? I'm sorry, brother. I just started watching. Does the game take lefty splits into account? I don't know if you're still there, Bob, but if you are, I'll show you exactly how that works. For example, and actually it played a big role when I had O'Rourke in there. When I had O'Rourke, you see, he's a lefty specialist. That means he's a loogie. When he faces, like if he faces a guy like a Winker, he gets to change the result by 50 points. So, for example, and I think there was O'Rourke has okay. This is what happened. Let me show you what happened here. I rolled a 70, right? It was like a 75. And it's a base on balls under O'Rourke because he walked a whole lot of guys. He didn't pitch very much, and he walked a lot of guys. So that would have been a walk. But I subtracted 50 points to make the 75 a 25. Actually, it was like a 26, and that became an out. And I was able to get Jesse Winker out because Ryan O'Rourke is a lefty specialist. All right? So that's how – and then the same thing happens – on the opposite end of the spectrum. When you have a lefty specialist hitter against a righty specialist pitcher, obviously the lefty specialist hitter is going to have an advantage because he's a lefty and the righty is really focuses on righties. He's good at righties. He's not good at lefties. So that's how this game is designed to take into account the splits. I hope that I got that for you, Bob, and I explained it. What about the starting pitchers? Does it play in every – no, it does not play in every at-bat. If your starting pitcher – wait a second. If your starting pitcher is a pitcher that dominates lefties, like something that really stands out as a lefty, dominant lefty versus lefties where no lefties can get a hit, then he would have a circle. Haven't seen any of those pitchers yet. He would have a circle. And then when he would face a lefty batter, he would get that advantage. So I think the answer to your question is a yes. Now, I don't know how often that comes up. So I don't know how many of those specialist right-handed pitchers or specialist left-handed starting pitchers there are in the game. I don't really know. So no, To answer one of your questions is yes. The other question, if I understand the intent of your question, it's not a part of the game on every at bat all the time. And in reality, you know, we really never know how many times it really takes effect, and it doesn't. Sometimes we can think it does, and sometimes we can think it doesn't, but it's not absolute. Did the guy get a hit because he's a lefty versus a righty, or did he get a hit because it was a terrible pitch? And he just got a hold of one. So we really never know that. So why do I have to go through the process of every single at bat going lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty? Is it totally necessary to have a good time? Probably not. If you're like a stickler for that, hey, I respect that, and that's fine. And this game doesn't do that. So you get specialists like lefty specialists or righty specialists, righty, whether it be a pitcher or batter. Let me see. I know you want to go to lunch. Any way to reach you and ask for a few more questions? Yeah, man, absolutely. Anytime. Here, I'll give you. Um, let's see. Best way to do it here. Get me on this. There you go. You can get me there, and I'll answer you right away. And then I'll even give you my number. All right. Take care, Bob. Take care, guys. I hope I helped you with that. HMP is the worst. The game should be banned. um, yeah. Listen, this game's $1, Bob. So try it out. Then you can ask me questions whenever you want. Yeah, it's $1. You get World Series teams for $1. Try it out. You may like it. It's easy, quick, and but it's got its depth. It's got its characters. You got to manage. This is not a game where you just roll dice. There's like managing. You got to look at lefty righty splits. You got to bring in lefties. You got to bring in righties. You got to do that. It doesn't let you overuse pitchers. If you have a closer on the bench, I can't use another guy that has like a 0.1 ERA, and then I leave my closer who's got a 4 ERA on the bench for the whole game. No, it doesn't let you do that. There's a negative modifier for doing that. So yeah, we'll talk more. Send me an email, and then I'll get you you can text with me. I'll send you my phone number. All right. Take care, Bob. Take care, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Mets will win it.